All right, I guess we're just jumping right in here. The Trouble with Women, part of the Hooters Dignity in the Workplace series. I'm sorry, aphids ain't my problem. You're gonna have to talk to your plant supervisor. Lester R. Biddle. Too easy. Oh, Tim and Faith record a couple of country duets together and they think they can run a book house. The Calvin Company, predestined to be a household name.
Suicide hotline, please hold. Suicide hotline, please hold.
No, Betty, that's wrong. Let me show you again. You use this control, get your focus, you see?
And your drive.
Here in the right-hand corner.
That's your manual reload.
Lock the suite.
And if you don't like it, you can shake it up and it erases like magic.
Now let's try it again.
Oh, there's someone here to see you.
Yeah.
Are you Mr. Bradshaw, the foreman?
Yes.
Mr. Donnelly up in personnel said for me to give you this card.
Security's on its way.
Your new bearings inspector.
If you know what I mean.
Oh, well, now, I'll be with you in just a minute.
I have to mutter some more.
One at a time. Well, I'll be back later to go over this with you, Betty. Just in the meantime, do the best you can.
For a girl.
Would you follow me, please?
Sure.
Oh, God, another Mickey Mantle rookie card. Jesus.
Just have a seat here. I'll be back shortly.
Knocking is for the weak.
Well, Mr. Bradshaw, what's on your mind?
Lab coats, lots of them.
Bearings inspector.
She's a good one, too. Just look at that record.
Okay, now, Walt, you've had your little joke. Give her to somebody else. I ask for a man.
With firm buttocks and a taste for squirrely
We
guys.
don't have a man with her qualifications. Seriously, Brad, if you treat her right, she might make you a darn good employee.
What do you mean, treat her right?
Get that chip off your shoulder.
That Dale,
What's
too.
wrong with her?
She's a woman, isn't she?
Now, wait a minute.
St.
You got a
Paul.
lot of women in your department. What's wrong with one more?
Did you ever hear of the straw that broke the camel's back?
Or the tortoise and the hare.
Workers. Accurate, quick to catch mistakes, a lot of patience.
Yeah, but that comes out of books.
Books with words.
I work with them, mister. I know what happens.
What does happen?
Well, it's a long story.
Come on now, tell me. What does happen? Maybe I've been misinformed.
Maybe you're not a jerk.
So long ago, you sent me a girl by the name of Myrtle Malloy.
Bum, bum, bum.
I remember.
As per her qualifications, I assigned her to an inspection bench.
We inspect every tissue by hand.
In a matter of days, that bench looked more like her dressing table.
Well, with all the clamps and micrometers and all.
Came the day when... Joe, will you take your stuff back to table 9? That'll be your bench for the time being.
Number
Okay,
9.
Chief.
God, even in black and white, that shirt's loud.
Myrtle, we're moving you to table number 10.
Is something wrong, Mr. Bradshaw?
No, nothing's wrong. We just need this space for something else.
Well, I sure hate to give it up. It's been a nice place to work. The light's good here, and it's nicely situated right in the middle of things. I just begun to feel at home.
Well, I'm sorry, Myrtle, but table 10 will have to be your work area for the time being.
It's Mrs. TV.
You mean there's liable to be another change?
There's always that possibility.
What with entropy and all?
I certainly hope I'm not moved every other day.
Well, eat more cheese.
With man, no trouble at all. Tell him what you want and he does it. But with Myrtle, a little move is a big production.
Like Miss Saigon.
Now, wait a minute. You asked me, now let me tell you. Now, here's another problem.
Random teleportation. Mrs. is gonna love these French ticklers.
Oh, Mr. Bradshaw.
Will you sign my football?
I'll tell you that the date is set for my marriage. I'll be leaving soon.
Marriage? I thought you just got engaged.
I was sure it would end there.
I told you about it 6 months ago. We were only waiting till we could find a place to live.
6 months ago. Oh, brother.
Yeah, I gotta lay off the old crow.
When you're leaving.
Well, the end of next week.
Well, that'll really put us in a bind around here. It takes time to break in a relief girl.
Especially a closer.
It does. I wonder.
Why didn't you say something? I didn't realize you were getting married right away.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Bradshaw, but I really
Blah,
thought
blah,
you knew.
blah, not listening, not listening.
Okay, Brad, but how many blushing brides do you have? Besides, what's all this got to do with Dolly, the new girl? She's already married,
For now.
and she's a qualified bearings inspector.
You know what I was doing when this new girl came in a few minutes ago?
Dear God, no.
I was trying to cope with one of the biggest problems of all, Walt.
M theory.
In your books, it comes under the general heading of absenteeism among women employees. Yesterday, I spent an hour and a half teaching one of our girls what she needed to know in order to start on the oscilloscope today. This morning, She isn't here.
Leprosy.
I had to use somebody else. I don't think the girl we got on it now will ever pick it up. So I'll probably have to find somebody else.
Question.
Yes, Disney.
All these things you've been talking about, marriage, absenteeism, personality problems, aren't they really just a part of life?
Part of a woman's life, maybe. But I can remember the good old days when there were all men in my department.
White men.
Have these problems.
You didn't have the production output you've got now either. Look, Brad,
A rainbow.
you've got a new bearings inspector.
So gruesome.
Happens to be a woman. You need someone, and there isn't a man available. It seems to me that whether the gal adds up to trouble or not is pretty much up to you.
All I'm saying is we never had these problems on the Fire Island branch. Don't smile at me, you tainted daughter of Eve. If you guessed color blindness with acute astigmatism, you'd be right.